Andrew.
And I'm Angus from Cracka Wines today. 3 cheeky little Bordeaux in front of us.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going on a short sojourn to Bordeaux today.
To Western France, you know, cooler region for Cabernet. Produces some, I guess, some savoury styles. They're not sweet like ours.
No, very savoury.
But classic. I mean, Bordeaux is the international region for Cabernet. Did you know Bordeaux, 10 years ago, made more wine than the whole of Australia?
How is it not?
That's how much wine they make. There's a lot of crap there. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
But not here.
So, I think that what makes Bordeaux so amazing, so collectible, so intriguing, so loved, is that savoury character. There's something about Bordeaux where it's just like, and Angus actually came in and finished the bottling of Bordeaux the other night and came in and talked so much about it. It's the fact that Bordeaux is the ultimate food wine.
Yeah.
Now, that sounds really quite pretentious and a little bit
Which,
odd.
if you watch these videos regularly, you'll know that that is not our style.
We are not pretentious at all.
No.
However, this sort of wine, and what makes a classic Bordeaux is not about fruits, it's all about structure.
And balance.
And balance.
Because here, you know, wine like this is 13.5% alcohol. So you drink it, it doesn't overwhelm your senses, it melds well with the food. I feel like goose with a wine like this.
Wow, yes, exactly right. So a goose is apparently the classic...
Or lamb.
Or lamb. I'll
Spring lamb.
Spring lamb, naturally.
With rosemary.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. So we start off here, and we've actually gone for something. Well, we've gone for a slightly special one to start with. So we're going for the Chateau Garde, which apparently has already scored some nice reviews around the traps
From Sir Hook.
and is a pretty classic style of Bordeaux. It's
Savoury, meaty,
grainy.
you know.
Yeah.
There's structure to it, there's weight to it. There's something you see in Bordeaux you don't really see in Australia. That's this gravelly kind of aromatics. It's like it smells gravelly. I know it sounds weird, but it's actually quite alluring because it's not just about sweet fruit.
I like the tannins. The tannins are the best thing about this whole one.
Yeah, and it's got length, and you chuck it with a piece of lamb that's been
I'd
slow
like a piece
cooked,
of lamb, yeah.
and it will absolutely rock your socks off. Here is the Chateau de Clos Fillon.
Chateau de Clos Fillon, the excellence, in fact, which
Indeed.
sounds amazing. I mean, look at the little floral thing on the front there, which clearly must be good.
The thing about Bordeaux is you never find an exciting label in Bordeaux.
No, you definitely don't.
They look like the 17th century, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Luckily, their winemaking's moved past the 17th century. And this one's a bit more perfumed.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a prettier style of Bordeaux. So, if you know, here you've got the La Garde, which is a bit more rustic and meaty and dense. The Fillon's got a bit of that violet kind of character. Bit of that perfume kind of lift. A bit more cassis fruit.
Yeah. And I actually think this is a
Vintage.
much more approachable one. Look, whilst this one was like a little bit gruff, and I'm like, whatever, it's an old gruff Bordeaux.
I'm a man Bordeaux.
Yes, this is the grumpy old man, but who's got a lot of he's got some serious.
So this is
behind
the
him.
Angus, and this is the Andrew.
You're not that grumpy old man.
No.
But again, what's this? And I much prefer this. I've got to say straight off, I much prefer this.
2005. Both of these wines, 2005.
Amazing vintage.
Real classic vintage. And the great thing about 2005 was, lesser wines did really well in 2005.
Really well. I think
Very
that
pretty,
this,
isn't it?
is very pretty. There's a real, as Angus was sort of saying, there's a real liquid violet character on here. There's a classic, Cabernet character. What obviously cranberry, yeah.
Red
Of course,
currant.
Bordeaux is not just about Cabernet for that matter.
Please.
Well, of course, if we're talking about left bank Bordeaux.
Saint-Emilion?
Left bank Bordeaux. So we're talking about probably the most classic areas. And
6% Cabernet, 30% Merlot, a bit of Cabernet Franc, bit of Verdot, bit of Malbec.
Like that's good blends.
Oui.
Whereas over you go the other side, over to Saint-Emilion, where it's or Pomerol, for example, where it's all about Merlot
And Cabernet Franc.
and Cabernet Franc.
Yeah.
Right.
This is looking all right, actually.
Yeah, this is looking really good. This is
But there's tannin there too.
there is tannin.
But it's kind of slightly more manicured tannin. It's
Ooh,
not
yes,
as
it is manicured tannin. I like
It's
that.
not as the other one had quite rustic and chewy tannins. These tannins are a bit more in the kind of
As soon as I started tasting this, I was just like, I'd like a meat pie. I mean, that sounds like like a strange thing to say.
Harry's.
Maybe Harry's. And I'd definitely be thinking the lamb pies, as we were talking before, or something rich and beefy.
Not a curry pie.
Definitely not.
This is not curry pie one.
No. But I am. I'm starting to feel. I've got a pie. I feel like a pie coming on.
I am wondering if this is the first Bordeaux video that's talked about pies.
I don't know, but apparently it is.
Michel Roland, our friend from the Wine Spectator, they don't really talk about pies.
No. I don't have Parker actually taste with pies, but
No.
clearly you should. You know, this is we have invented.
You know, I'm 92 points on that.
I'm 92 points on that too, and then we can have the
Right.
pies too. Ah, you see, that's our next thing. We're going to have pie tasting.
Now this is the happy one among the three because it is La Jolie, big bottle, punt. I mean, you could lose your fist in that one, and it is a pretty bold style La Jolie.